Hi, good morning all of you. So in the previous classes we solved some problems based on the Biot-Savart's law applications like magnetic field due to the straight conductor and circular arc, right? And so now in today class let us see a few more applications based on that, and let us see the next concepts like circular ring and neutral points we will discuss there. So now let us write this problem here. The magnetic field is a semicircular ring here carrying some current R, and that means current I and radius is R. Now here we are taking a point here. If it is a complete circular ring is like this, then here our point is here. Means current is flowing here only, but our point is like lying on the circumference of that complete circle there. So write that problem. A current I is flowing in a semicircle. A current I is flowing in a semicircle of radius R. Find the magnetic field at the point P. At the point P, lying on the circumference of the circle as shown. Lying on the circumference of the circle as shown. Right? So this is our point here. That means it is below this center at a distance, or I am giving simply it is lying on the circumference there. So here we need to consider a small element here. So that's element I am taking like this. So this is the element what I am taking here, a small element I am taking, so that this angle I am taking as theta, and this angle you may consider it as d theta. Now actually our point is this one here. So with respect to this one, now we need to identify here. So I can extend this line until this. And so now let us take this is our point here. So this is the element what we are taking there. And so by the triangle property you can say that if this angle is theta, then I can say this angle will be theta by 2, right? So that this angle will be theta by 2 I can write here, and if this angle is theta by 2, then here this angle is also theta by 2 you can write, because sum of these two angles is nothing but that theta. So this angle is theta by 2. And next here the angle between this, to apply this Biot-Savart's law here, this is the d-Elbaugh direction I can mention here. The d-Elbaugh direction is like this. So now let us write this dB bar. Now we need to write here. So the dB bar is nothing but this is the point O, let us consider, and this is the point A. And now to write the dl bar, ideal sine theta we will write, right, in Biot-Savart's law. Ideal sine theta is nothing but angle between this r bar and the dl bar. So dl bar direction is nothing but this one. This is the dl bar direction here. And so our r bar is this one. With respect to this, now we need to take this small r bar here. So the angle between them we need to write here. So the angle between them I can write this angle as pi by 2 minus theta by 2. Because for this radius, this is the radius here, for this radius this should be tangent, and so they should be perpendicular to each other, and already this angle we are taking as theta by 2, and so that angle should be equal to like 90 minus theta by 2 we need to write there, right? And so now let us apply this Biot-Savart's law here, and before that let us write this a distance here. So that means this you can draw this normal here, so that this point is B I am taking there. Therefore what I can write here is from triangle OPB. So from this triangle what we can write is cos theta by 2 is equal to, so this is this angle will be the 90 degrees here. So what we can write is BP by OP we can write. Therefore that BP is equal to OP cos theta by 2. So that OP is nothing but R, so R cos theta by 2 you can write. And so now total is AP distance, we can write this as twice that of this BP you can write, so that it is 2R cos theta by 2 you can write this total distance. So now let us write this Biot-Savart's law for this here. So by Biot-Savart's law, so by using this Biot-Savart's law what we can write is dB is equal to, so we can write this as mu naught by 4 pi into I dl into sine theta we need to write, sine angle we need to write here. So the angle is this one, what I said. So this angle is nothing but pi by 2 minus theta we need to write. So angle between R bar and the DL bar, pi by 2 minus theta by 2. By this R square we need to write here, so that R square is nothing but 2R cos theta by 2 whole square. Right? So that is mu naught, that means ideal sin theta by R square. That is our expression there. And so now you can substitute the DL value also, so that I can write this as mu naught by 4 pi into DL means you can write this as R d theta. So this is the thing what we are considering there. So this is cos theta by 2 by 2 into 2 square you will get. So 4 square R square cos square theta by 2. And therefore this you can further write this as, simplify this as mu naught I by 16 pi R. That means one R will be cancelled, only R will be there, and so one cos square will be cancelled there, cos square theta. So that means now you can write this as secant theta there, right? So therefore this is secant theta by 2 d theta. And so now we need to write this angles now, the limits. So the limits what I can consider here is, this is the theta what we are taking there. So 0 to pi by 2, and this is minus pi by 2 you may consider there, or otherwise you can calculate the magnetic field from here to here, and you can multiply with this also 2. That means I can write this limits as 2 of 0 to pi by 2 I am writing here. Is it clear? This 2 is because of these limits I am taking here, or otherwise you can consider this as from minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2 you can consider here. Minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2 means here to here you will get. Then what I am writing is I am taking from here to here and I am multiplying with that 2, right? So now we need to simplify this expression here. So this is, so therefore this magnetic field will be equal to mu naught I by 8 pi R into, so what's the integration of this secant theta? So the secant theta integration is nothing but ln secant theta plus tan theta, right? The integration of this. The integration of this if you are writing, then differentiation of this means 1 by secant theta plus tan theta you will get. And so then secant theta integration is secant theta into tan theta plus secant square theta. So 1 secant theta you can cancel, yeah. So that will be the integration of that, right? So I may be wrong here, you may check this, the integration of the secant theta here, and then this value will be the limits. So that means that constant also we need to write there, the internal integration, that means 1 by 2 you will get here. And limits are from this 0 to pi by 2, and so therefore this value is like mu naught, that means B is equal to mu naught I by 4 pi R. This 1 2 will be cancelled here, and you may substitute these limits values there here. So if I substitute these limits ln like sin pi by secant pi by 4 you will get, secant pi by 4 is nothing but root 2 plus 1 and minus this value ln 0 you will get, right? So that I can write this value as ln 0, that means this will be 1, that means 0 you can write here. So this will be the magnetic field there. So right, that is the magnetic field due to this semicircular arc at this point there, right? So like sometimes they will ask some continuous distribution also there. This is a simple application of this Biot-Savart's law here. Just we are applying this Biot-Savart's law, and according to we are taking that limits there, right? Next, note down this problem here, like we need to find magnetic field at the center of this hemicylinder. This is a cylinder here. I am showing just the cross section of the cylinder. So let us say here current is flowing into the cylinder here. So it's a hemicylinder of radius r. That means if you are taking this complete cylinder actually like this, so we are taking this half of this here. So what we are taking is only half of this we are considering here. So our cylindrical part will be actually there like this. So then we are finding this magnetic field at this point here. That means only we are taking this half of the cylinder. It's a long cylinder. So we need to find magnetic field at its center here. So next write this problem. I is the current flowing through a, I is the total current flowing through a long hemicylinder of radius r. Hemicylinder of radius r. Then find magnetic field at the center of the hemisphere. That means at any point of the axis. Center means at any point on the axis. That means at a point on the axis. Find the magnetic field at a point on the axis of the hemicylinder. So axis means we are considering like well inside, not near the any end of this conductor here. That's what we are considering there, right? So now this problem, in this problem we need to consider like elements here. The magnetic field due to elements we need to consider here. So actually if you are taking a cylinder like this and if I am taking the small element of the cylinder here, that means if I am taking this small element like this. So if I am taking this small element like this, then what you will get is that element is in the form of very small element here. So that element will be in the form of a wire you will get, straight wire you will get, right? So magnetic field due to the straight wire we know already, infinitely long wire. So infinitely long wire means mu naught I by 2 pi r, that we discussed already in the previous classes. So mu naught I by 2 pi r is a magnetic field due to the small element where I is the current flowing to that element only. And so right, so like that we need to write here. So I am taking such a small element here. So that means I am taking like this is the symmetrical axis. So I am taking one element here. So this is an angle theta and this is the element what we are taking there here. And this angle is d theta, let us consider, right? And so now the magnetic field due to this current flowing in this element is I am taking it as some di. Di is the current flowing to that element. So first let us write the current flowing to that element there. So I can write here that as current through small element. So di is equal to, can you say how to write the current through small element now? The given information is like this: total current I is distributed on this total cylinder here. That means it is passing through a length of pi r, I can write the same circumference. So that means now this can be written as I by pi r. Now our element length is nothing but I can write this as r d theta. That means current per unit length into length of that element I am writing here. That current is distributed uniformly on that cylinder there. So therefore this value I can write this as I by pi into d theta we can write. So that is the current to the small element. Now let us write the magnetic field due to this small element here. So field due to small element. So therefore I am writing like dB is equal to mu naught into di by 2 pi r. So directly I am writing here that element is in the form of a straight wire. The element is in the form of a straight wire here. So straight line, infinitely long straight wire formula I am applying there. So that is mu naught I by 2 pi r I can write. And so now here next to find the resultant magnetic field. So before integrating this we need to identify the direction of the magnetic field, whether the magnetic field is lying in the same direction or it is lying in the different directions due to the different elements. We need to verify that, right? So now let us consider here we are taking the magnetic field is flowing in, that means current is flowing into the plane. This is an infinite wire what we are taking here. So the magnetic field you will get like this, right? So the magnetic field direction will be there like this. And so that means the field lines will be there like this. So the magnetic field at this point will be, I can represent like the magnetic field direction dB will be there like this. So the dB will be along this direction here and it makes an angle theta with this. Is it clear? The current is flowing into the plane we are taking. Current is flowing into the plane. So the field lines you will get like this due to this element. So at this point we are taking this dB bore along the direction, right? And so next. And so now if you are taking another element, then you will get in different directions there. Now suppose I am taking another symmetrical element here. So another symmetrical element I am taking here. Like this angle is theta and this is d theta. Now here also the magnetic field is into the plane. The magnetic field is into the plane means then it will be there like this. The magnetic field is into the plane means. So now current is into the plane. So the magnetic field lines will be there like this. So the magnetic field is there along this direction means again the magnetic field due to this element will be perpendicular to this, and they makes an angle of d theta with this. I can represent this is our dB vector here. So it makes an angle of theta with this horizontal, right? So that will be the magnetic fields there. And now you can decide the resultant magnetic field. The resultant magnetic field is in which direction there? The vertical components will be cancelled here. This is dB cos theta. dB will be along this direction and dB will be along this direction. And so now it's dB sin theta component will be there in upward direction and dB cos theta component will be there in downward direction there. And so both will cancel with each other here. So that means for this what we can represent here is, this is dB sin theta component and this dB sin theta will be along this direction here. And so that this dB cos theta component will be along this direction, or 2 dB cos theta will be along the direction there, right? And so that net field will be along the direction, along this horizontal direction you will get, or perpendicular to the axis of the cylinder you can write there, right? And so therefore the resultant field what we can write is, so therefore this net field is equal to, B net is equal to, what we can write is integral of dB cos theta, or 2 dB cos theta I am taking here. So you know when you are taking the 2 dB cos theta, only half limits we need to take there. Half limits means then 0 to pi by 2 you can consider there, or otherwise from minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2 you need to consider there. So I am taking 2, I am taking here, so that 0 to pi by 2 you can write there limits. Now just substitute and then integrate that. So therefore it is 2 into mu naught by 2 pi r into, that I value is nothing but capital I by pi into d theta into cos theta here, and limits are from 0 to pi by 2. So just let us simplify this. So mu naught I by pi square into r. So now this is cos theta d theta, and 0 to pi by 2 you will get, right? And so therefore this is net field is mu naught I by pi square into r, and cos theta will be sin theta you will get, and the sin theta limits if you substitute you will get 1 there, right? So this is the magnetic field due to this hemi-cylindrical conductor. And you may mention that its direction is, in this case if I consider here, its direction will be there along this x direction here. Or you can mention that it is perpendicular to the direction, or perpendicular to the axis. This magnetic field is perpendicular to the axis you may mention here. So this direction is perpendicular to the axis of cylinder, right? So that will be the direction of this magnetic field there. Next such a another problem will be there, like continuous charge distribution, that means continuous current flow here, like a plane will be given there sometimes. So like here this is the infinite plane, some carrying some current I here. So this is a plane here of width, let us say b. The width of this plane I am taking as b, and so now here we need to find the magnetic field at this point here, and say at a distance of a from this. So this I is the total current flowing in this direction, current entering here is I we can consider there, right? So that is the thing what we need to consider there. Means that is the problem here, we need to find magnetic field at this plane, at this point lying in the same plane, right? So just mention that problem. A very large plane of width b, a very long plane of width b carries a current I distributed uniformly over its cross section. That means current is flowing uniformly here, it is entering uniformly. Then find the magnetic field at a point P lying in the same plane at a distance a from the near edge of the plane as shown. Right? And so now here also, as it is a plane, we can consider like element we need to consider here, because the different elements if you are considering, those will be at different distances from that point P. So here I am taking this one element here. So this is the element what I am taking there. So this is at a distance of x from this I am considering here, and this width you may consider it as dx. And so therefore the magnetic field at that point P now we can write due to this element. So for this, first again we need to write how much current is flowing through the element there. So for small element, so what we can write is di is equal to current flowing through that element will be equal to I by B, similar to our previous calculation there. I by B is now current per unit width. Our element width is like dx. The element is nothing but dx, so that means I by B into dx, that is the current flowing to that small element. And now let us write the magnetic field due to this small element here. This is, as I said, it tends to infinity only. This is an infinitely long or very long I mentioned there, so we need to consider that as infinite only. Now again our element will be in the form of a wire here, straight wire carrying infinitely long wire here, right, carrying this much of current. And so the magnetic field due to this small element, now we can write this as dB is equal to mu naught into di by 2 pi x, right? And then next we need to integrate that whether all the elements are producing the current in the magnetic field in the same direction or they are producing the different directions, we need to verify. So here if suppose current is flowing like this in upward direction, then here the magnetic field will be inwards. Now we can check this, all the elements will carry the current in the same direction, and so for every element will produce the magnetic field in the same direction there. So all the elements are producing the magnetic field in the same direction. So you can integrate this equation directly there. But whereas in the previous problem, different elements are producing the current in different directions, so that we are taking that into components there by taking another component, symmetrical element, or we need to resolve that into components and we need to integrate that, right? So that we know already in such a process, we did in the procedure also so many problems we discussed there. And so now here, therefore what we can write is net field is equal to integral of dB, you can write. So mu naught by 2 pi x into I by B into dx, right? And so the limits you can take, the limits over from A to this end is A will be there here, and this distance will be A plus B, right? X is measured from this point P here. So this is from A to A plus B, now you can consider there. So therefore this net is equal to mu naught I by 2 pi B into, so ln you will get, directly I am writing here ln x, on limits you can take from A to A plus B. Therefore this net magnetic field is equal to mu naught I by 2 pi B into ln A plus B by A. So that is a magnetic field due to this here. And later we need to calculate due to this infinite plane above the plane and the different locations we need to calculate here, and that we will discuss it later. After completing the Ampere's law, we will discuss more about these planes here, magnetic field due to these planes, right? So this is a point, just we are calculating a point lying in the plane of this plane here. Next we need to consider a point like this above this, and we need to derive that, so that we can derive easily if you are completing this Ampere's law, right? So after completing that Ampere's law, I will explain such a type of problems. And next here a small definition will be there, like neutral point. So let us write about these neutral points. So neutral points. Neutral points or null points. So in electrostatics also we discussed already about these neutral points or null points. That means that generally regarding the fields, we define that neutral points or null points when two or more fields are there in that region, such that if the resultant electric field or magnetic field is zero, then we can call that region or that point as a neutral point here. So we define that in electrostatics. So here also same, when two or more fields are acting such that if that resultant field is zero in a particular region, then you can say that the particular point, then you can say that point as a neutral point, right? Now here just write the definition there. When two or more magnetic fields are acting such that, when two or more magnetic fields are acting such that a resultant magnetic field at a point is zero, resultant magnetic field at a point is zero, then we can call, then such a points are called, neutral points or null points. Neutral points or null points. And so now let us consider this first case here, or write this as a first point. Let us mention them as the first points there. So now in magnetism, that means when you are discussing about the classical magnetism, then there you will get some concepts there, like in case of Bohr magnet we will discuss the magnetic neutral points there, but here we are discussing about the current carrying conductors only, the neutral points related to that current carrying conductors. Like suppose here I am taking that two long parallel conductors are placed parallel to each other at a distance of this d here, and suppose a current is flowing in the same direction here. So now we need to verify that where the neutral point is forming and how to identify that neutral point. Now we need to discuss here. Like suppose let us take some different points there. So here I am taking one point, that means here suppose say one point P I am taking here, and this is say suppose Q, and this is a point R. We are taking the three different points, and at those three different points let us identify the field directions there due to each conductor. So that means now this is the first conductor, I can name it as B1, and this is B2, I will name here. So now the magnetic field due to this conductor at this point will be like out of the plane, right? So at this point the B1 direction will be out of the plane. And next let us identify the direction of this magnetic field due to this at this point here. So at this point the magnetic field will be out of the plane only. These lines are coming out here. So that this B2 is also out of the plane. That means now then is there any chance to get the neutral point at the point Q here? There is no chance, because both the wires are producing the field out of the plane only. So that field will be always B1 plus B2 you need to write. So it never be equal to 0, right? So that means in this region neutral point is not possible. Now similarly let us check for this point R. The magnetic field due to this wire will be into the plane, and magnetic field due to this wire will also into the plane. So that means again here also this B1 is into the plane and B2 is also into the plane. So neutral point is not possible for that point also, for that region also. So at any point this side. Next, if you are discussing about the point P here, so the magnetic field due to this will be there into the plane here. So the B1 will be there into the plane, Next, let us see the magnetic field due to this I2 here. That means this conductor will be out of the plane here, right? So the magnetic field B2 is there out of the plane. So now here you can check that the magnetic fields are opposite in direction. So right, if you are choosing a point such that their magnitudes are also equal, then you can say that that point will become a neutral point there, right? And so I can write this as suppose let us take this as a point distance x here. So therefore, you may mention that if two conductors are carrying current in the same direction, then neutral point will be formed in between the conductors. Neutral point will be formed in between the conductors. So that means at point P, so the net field what we can write here is B1 minus B2 is equal to 0. So then B1 value and B2 value we are writing here. So mu naught I1 by 2 pi x is equal to I am writing here mu naught I2 by 2 pi d minus x, because if one is x then automatically the other will be d minus x you will get. So therefore this I can write this as d minus x by x is equal to I2 by I1 we can write. And so then from that you may simplify that so that you will get the expression for this x here. That means then this value will be, I can write this as I2 by I1 plus 1. Therefore this x is equal to d by I2 by I1 plus 1. So that is the case when the currents were in the same direction there, when the both the currents are flowing in the same direction. Now suppose if you consider the case like if the currents are flowing in opposite direction there. So like suppose say this is the I1 value here and here there is some I2. I2 is flowing in this opposite direction like this. And I am also considering like I2 value is less than this of I1 I am considering here. That means I2 value is less than, that means the magnitude of that I2 is less than that of I1 I am considering there. Now let us take for this for an internal point here, that means a point in between these two wires here. Let us take the direction of the field at that point there. So the magnetic field due to this I1 that will be into the plane here. So this B1 will be into the plane. And now let us take magnetic field due to this I2 here for this case. So for this case the current is flowing in downward direction, so the field lines are into the plane here. So that means that B2 value is also into the plane. So that means in between these two conductors there is no chance of getting that neutral point here. So that means there is possibility to get this neutral point outside only. So now let us take for these points here, that means now I am taking this point here, this side. And so now if I am considering a point that side, then I can write this as the magnetic field due to this I1 will be into the plane. So at any point this side it will be into the plane here. So B1 is into the plane. And next B2 direction what we can write is B2 is out of the plane here. The magnetic field due to that will be out of the plane what we can write. So then again this is the point R here. So then there is a possibility to get this neutral point. Now here actually this side also now we will get such a case only. So this side also if you verify that the magnetic field due to this will be out of the plane. So B1 is out of the plane for this side. And then B2 value will be, that means I2 current magnetic field due to this conductor will be into the plane here. So this will be into the plane. So that means here this side and this side there is possibility to get the neutral point. That means fields are opposite in direction. But here in such a case we need to decide the neutral point will be there near the conductor having the smaller current, in which the smaller current is flowing in magnitude. So neutral point will be there that side, because here current is larger here and this point is closer to this. So that here always the magnetic field due to this I1 will dominate the magnetic field due to this I2, because we know magnetic field is inversely proportional to R. So here even though if you are taking for example same current is flowing, if you are considering, the magnetic field due to I1 will dominate here for this point, right? So there is no chance of that getting the neutral point. But still I2 is having, I2 is value is less than that of I1, so that there is a no chance of getting the neutral point this side here. So you may mention that in this case mention that if two parallel conductors are carrying current in opposite direction, If two parallel conductors are carrying current in opposite direction, then neutral point will be formed. Neutral point will be formed outside the conductors. Outside the conductors. And closer to the conductor. Closer to the conductor carrying smaller current. Carrying smaller currents, right? And so now just this side again you can balance those magnetic fields and you can write this. Suppose this side I am taking, let us measure this x value from this side here. This is again d what we are taking here. So you need to mention that this x is also from conductor I1. That means this x is measured from this conductor 1 here. They may ask that from conductor 2 means then d minus x you need to answer. That also should read that question carefully. And so that here what we can write here is you can equate that again this magnetic field at this point R is equal to B1 minus B2. So that should be equal to 0. So mu naught I by 2 pi x, I1 by 2 pi x, that is minus mu naught I2 by 2 pi x minus d. Now this side, right? So this distance will be now x minus d here. And so by x is equal to I2 by x minus d. So therefore this is x minus d by x is equal to I2 by I1, or what we can write here is 1 minus I2 by I1 is equal to d by x we can write there. So if we split the term and simplify that, therefore this x is equal to d by 1 minus I2 by I1 we can write, right? So that is the distance again from conductor 1. So this distance is measured from the conductor 1 here. Conductor 1 in the sense carrying current I1, that is my meaning here, right? And so next sometimes I will ask about this when the conductor is placed in Earth's magnetic field. And I think all of you know that beware of this Earth will act like a magnetic, that means it will act like a Bohr magnet. I hope all of you know that point there, right? So that means Earth is also producing some magnetic field. And so in that we resolve that current into, that means that magnetic field there. So let us consider BH is we call horizontal component there. Horizontal component of Earth's magnetic field, right? And so now here when the conductor is placed in such a cases, it only it's a horizontal component if you consider in such a region there. Then let us think about this neutral point there. When a single conductor is placed in that field. So mention that as an X point. Like simply I am taking that BH is a horizontal, that means a current carrying conductor, just mention that a current carrying conductor is placed along, is placed in horizontal plane, is placed in horizontal plane along east-west, and if current is flowing, towards east, current is flowing towards east, then can you say where you will get the magnetic field if you are considering only horizontal component of Earth's magnetic field? Horizontal component of only Earth's magnetic field we are considering there. They will mention like it as a BH value there. BH is a horizontal component. So it's a horizontal component of Earth's magnetic field. We are taking that, and you know the direction of this Earth's magnetic field is horizontal component direction is from geometrical south to geometrical north there, right? So then you may mention about that BH also there. So then there placed along, current is flowing along, that means towards east. It is placed in a region where the horizontal component of Earth's magnetic field, where the horizontal component of Earth's magnetic field is BH. And there you may mention that BH is always from geographical south to geographical north, or from south to north, simply you can mention. It is always from south to north. That is the direction of this BH value there. So BH is always like this, from south to north. And so then whereas our B value, now suppose this is the east direction, if you are considering here, the magnetic field is, current is flowing towards east here. The magnetic field lines will be there like this. So if you are taking a point above this if you are taking, then magnetic field produced by the conductor will be towards south, you will get, right? So the magnetic field will be towards south. Now the BH direction is towards north. So they are opposite each other there. So there will be a chance of getting the neutral point above the conductor. Is it clear? Whereas if you are taking below the conductor, then there will be, both will be in same direction here. BH is along this direction, and the conductor, this conductor also produces the magnetic field in the same direction there. And if you are taking along east or that means on the north or south side of the conductor, then magnetic field will be like perpendicular, you will get BH, and B will be perpendicular, you will get, right? So that is the point where you are getting this neutral point there. Above the conductor you will get there, right? So mention that. So in this, generally they won't discuss about this vertical component of this magnetic field there. Vertical component of magnetic field is not considered there. So that only we will consider this only horizontal component here. So we are discussing about only horizontal component of this magnetic field there. So just to mention that. So then means neutral point will be formed. Neutral point may be formed above the conductor. Above the conductor. Right? So above the conductor means, now here what I am taking here is, it is difficult to represent in this plane here, what I am saying. Suppose if you are taking this as north and south directions there like this, this is east, north, west and south. So what we are taking is, our current carrying conductor is along from east to west to east like this. So this is our current carrying conductor is there like this. Current is flowing along this direction here. So here if you are taking a point above this, the magnetic field is from south to north here, right? So magnetic field is from south to north means, then the magnetic field produced by this conductor will be there like this. Out of the plane you will get the magnetic field due to this. Out of the plane you will get, and the BH value will be like our BS, that means BH value will be opposite direction, you will get there. At a distance, suppose say R I am taking there, then BH value will be opposite direction, you will get here. So this is a point here, this B is I am taking out of the plane, then BH value will be into the plane here. So for this you may check in your reality here, then you will get the more clarity here. Place your current carrying like any pen towards the east, then the magnetic field lines will be there like this. So if you are taking a point above here, then magnetic field will be towards south, you will get. As I said, BH is always from south to north, so that they will be perpendicular to each other here. Therefore, what we can write here is BH is equal to B, you can write here. So BH value they will mention there. So then just we need to write it as mu naught I by 2 pi r, we need to write here. And therefore this R value you can write here. This is mu naught I by 2 pi into BH, you can write there. So that is the case in this case here, BH. B suffix H, that indicates just it's a horizontal component. Or sometimes they may give that value in Gauss. So you need to mention express it in Tesla. We in the previous class we already discussed there. 1 Gauss is equal to 10 power minus 4 Tesla. So that is the case when you are taking this current is flowing towards east. When current is flowing towards west, the exactly will get the reverse case here. Then magnetic field, if current is flowing like this, then a magnetic field at this point you will get here at a point above this point if you are taking, then it will be towards north you will get, and if you are taking a below point below the conductor, then it will be towards south you will get, which is exactly opposite to that of BH. So then the same distance you may get the point there, neutral point there, right? So mention that also. In the same case, if current is flowing towards west, then neutral point will be formed below the conductor. Neutral point will be formed below the conductor, right? Next point then. So the next point what we can write is these things you need to imagine in that three-dimensional or in reality. Place just identify a conductor, that means assume a conductor is placed along towards east here for the position where you are sitting, and then verify this. And now suppose if the conductor is placed along north-south direction here, is there any chance of getting the neutral points? If the conductor in BH, only BH we are discussing there, in the presence of only BH, that B let it be negligible. Vertical component is negligible, we are considering, only horizontal component we are discussing there. So then if your conductor is placed along this direction, north-south direction, so is there any chance of getting the neutral points there? So if the conductor is along north-south, suppose a current is flowing towards north here, the magnetic field will be there like this. So if you are taking above the point, then it will be towards east, and if you are taking on the east side, then it will be vertically downwards. And so that means the magnetic field at any point will be lying in this perpendicular plane here. That means what I can say here is it is lying in a vertical plane. The magnetic field will be lying in vertical plane. And so now here the BH will be along this horizontal direction here. BH is along this horizontal direction. And so that BH and this B will be always perpendicular to each other, so that you never get a neutral points there, right? Due to this BH component. Is it clear? So if you are taking a point above, the magnetic field will be there like this, produced by this conductor. Towards east you will get. But our BH will be towards north. So east and north are perpendicular to each other. If you are taking a point on the east side, then magnetic field due to this wire will be inwards you will get. Vertically downwards you will get. Our BH will be towards north. So they are perpendicular to each other, vertical and horizontal. So like that, anywhere you may consider that they will be perpendicular to each other. So mention that point also. If the current carrying conductor is placed along north-south direction, if the current carrying conductor is placed along north-south direction, then no neutral point will be formed. No neutral point will be formed in the presence of BH. That means only BH we are taking there, in the presence of only BH. And whereas now if I ask like a conductor is placed vertically, if the current carrying conductor is placed vertically, then let us identify the direction of the magnetic field there. Suppose if I am considering a point on the west side of the conductor, then magnetic field will be towards, that means the field lines will be there like this. The magnetic field will be towards south you will get. Then our BH will be towards north. They are opposite each other. So that means there is a chance of getting the neutral point on the west side. And whereas on the east side of this conductor, if you consider, then magnetic field will be towards north, produced by this wire, and BH is also towards north. So there is no chance of getting the neutral points there. So that means neutral point will be there on the west side of this conductor. If the conductor is carrying current vertically upward direction, so there. So next let us add that point as a fifth point here. Fourth one is about north-south direction, no neutral point, and about the next fifth one. When current carrying conductor is placed vertically, such that current is flowing in upward direction, then neutral point may be formed on the west side of the conductor. So like suppose for this one you can represent this diagram like this. This is north, and this is west and south. Now here what we are taking is current is out of the plane here. That means upward direction, so that I am taking it as out of the plane. So out of the plane means then magnetic field, due to this wire will be at a point on the west side will be, we need to represent there. So out of the plane means we need to consider like the magnetic field lines will be there like this. So here it will be there in downward direction here, the B will be. And then BH will be always from geographical south to geographical north. BH is always along this direction only there, right? And so if they are equal in magnitude at this point, then that will be, then there is a chance of getting this neutral point here. Therefore that BH is equal to B you can write. So therefore BH is equal to, again what you can write is simply mu naught I by 2 pi r you can write. So from that you can find either R value or I value, so you can calculate that, right? So that is about this neutral points there. So next, write up just a problem, simple problem based on this here. So I am taking that two connectors here, like infinitely long connectors. So just mention that problem. Two infinitely long conductors carrying current, to infinitely long conductors carrying currents I1 and I2 along positive x-axis and positive y-axis respectively. Positive x-axis and positive y-axis respectively are shown in figure. Find the locus of the points where the resultant magnetic field is 0. Find the locus of the points where the resultant magnetic field is 0. Right? So we need to find that locus where the resultant magnetic field is 0 here. So now for this, just let us identify that in which quadrant there is a chance of getting the neutral points there. So for this point, if I consider the magnetic field is out of the plane, and for this one you will get into the plane here in the first quadrant if I check. And so that there is a chance of getting the neutral point in that region there. Suppose I am taking a point here, like this point I am taking it as x comma y, right? And so now let us write the magnetic field at that point. I am assuming that at that point the neutral point is forming there, because the fields are opposite each other. The field due to this one will be out of the plane here. The B1 at this point is out of the plane, and if you write B2 due to this one, it will be into the plane here, right? So there is a chance of getting the neutral point there. Now just I am writing that B1 and B2 expressions here. So B1 and B2 expression, this value is, I can write this as x and this is y, right? So now I am writing that at point P, net magnetic field is like B1 minus B2, that should be equal to 0, or B1 is equal to B2 we can write. And so that B1 value what we can write is mu naught I1 by 2 pi y. So for this point from the x-axis it is at a distance of y. So this is equal to mu naught I2 by 2 pi x. So for this conductor it is at a distance of x, right? And therefore what we can write is y is equal to I1 by I2 into x we can write. So that means this is the locus of this line here. That means on this line at any point if you consider, you will get that almost magnetic field will be 0 you will get here. So that is the locus of that point means. So that means it is making the slope is tan theta is nothing but I1 by I2 you can write. If I1 is equal to I2, then we can mention that as y is equal to x. So like if I1 is equal to I2, both are having this equal, then what we can write is y is equal to x. So this is the locus of this line. That means it will be a straight line what we are getting there. So that means the all the points if we join having the 0 field, then you will get a straight line there. So on this straight line, then magnetic field will be 0 we can say. So if they are both are different, then you can say this one. If both are equal, then this will be the equation there, right? So those are some simple concepts regarding that neutral points there. And the next in the next class I will explain about magnetic field due to this circular ring, that means circular coil on its axis. Circular ring at its center we already discussed by taking the arc calculation. So we are going to discuss now for an axial point there at any distance on the axis. Such a similar formula we discussed in electrostatics. So then we need to discuss in magnetism also, right? Thank you.